Hello and welcome to my video Super Nintendo Emulator ZSNES W. My name is Luis, aka Boricua Vega, and I'm going to show you how to make this emulator work on your computer. Now, depending on the settings, it all depends on your computer, whether it's fast, slow, old, new. I highly recommend a fast computer, Pentium 2, Pentium 4, Pentium 6, 6-core, 4-core, just something that's not a single core, just a fast, recent computer. Okay, so make sure your games are on your desktop, which is the easiest way to find them. I already have mine configured to my computer, so I'm going to try to go through everything as best as I can. And if I miss anything, please leave me a comment, and I will try to do my best to answer your questions. So click on ZSNES to start the emulator. I like to play the emulator on a window, not the full screen. You could pick full screen if you want. That will be under config and video. My computer works best on 1280 x 960 DSW, and here explains pretty much what it is. Full screen is F, W is windowed. I prefer windowed. You could pretty much go through all these options because there's so many of them, and whatever works best for you, because some of them it might look a little fuzzy, some might be a little slow, it might not work fast enough. You pretty much just find the best one for you and your preference, whether you want full screen, window. It's pretty much up to you. These filters, I never touch them. You can play with them if you want. It's just kind of to make your emulator work better with the video. So it all depends on your computer, how fast it is and how good it is. I never use them. My computer works fine without messing with any of these options, so I pretty much just leave that alone. Next will be input. So on your controller, if you have a controller hooked up to your computer, your emulator should recognize it. So you could either put a keyboard, you could either punch in a keyboard or punch in a gamepad. So I'm going to give you an example of the keyboard. So first, you're going to hit set keys. So if you want to pick a button for up, you hit up, down, down, left, left, and vice versa, right. Find a button for the start button. It could be the enter button. Select could be the button next to it, and then you could pick your A, B, BX, and your Y, L, R buttons. Whatever works best for you if you're using a keyboard. Now, if you're using a gamepad, it should already be set up. So all you have to do is hit set keys. And on your gamepad, for up, you're going to hit up. For down, you're going to hit down. Left, left. Right, right. Same thing with the start button. Whatever is comfortable for you on your controller. You could hit the start button, hit final select. Then A, which is the right button on the Super Nintendo, you're going to find it on your controller. Find the comfortable button for B. Find a comfortable button for the X, which is the top button on the Super Nintendo, and then the left. And then you got your left and your right. So once that's set up, your controller should be set up. You should try to set it up exactly on your controller like a Super Nintendo. Like if you have a controller that has like a lot of buttons, try to do the best you can to make it almost seem like you're playing on a Super Nintendo, and it will work the best for you. So if you want to set up your second controller, you could either use another gamepad when it's plugged in, same things, set keys, and you set it up, or you could just use the keyboard and find the buttons that work best for you on the keyboard. So you could either play with two controllers or one controller and one keyboard, and you could play two players at the same time, depending on the game. So let's close that. Once that's set up, so now we got input and video. Now we're going to go to game. When you load a game, sometimes your games won't appear here. It depends if they're in the same folder as your emulator. But if they're not, let's just say that you're in your main drive, like your C drive, then you're gonna have to find your games. So if they're on your desktop, you have to go to users, find your name, your username, go to desktop. Here's the games folder, which is that folder right here in the corner. Find your Super Nintendo folder, find your ROMs, and the games will be right there. Let's just say that you're playing a game that you just cannot save when you get to like a real hard part in the game, and you want to be able to save it right before you play that part that's really hard. Well, this emulator will save your game like right before you get to that part, and you can load it up again as many times as you need to pass that part. So let's just play Super Mario All-Stars. Give it a good example. So as you're playing this game, let's just say that you start your game, any game. So as you're playing it, let's just say you're running, and you're really far in a game, and you get to like this part right here, and you're like, okay, ahead of this is very hard. So you hit escape, right? You're gonna pick a state. You got up to 10 games you could save per game, 10 saves per game. So every game that you load, you'll have 10 states for it. Okay, so you pick 0, which is the first one. And you're gonna hit save state. So first you're gonna pick a state. In case you're playing with other people, you don't want to record their games that they're playing, because sometimes people get really far, they get very upset. They don't want you to record over their game. So you pick your own state. So let's pick 0, for example. You close it. You're gonna hit save state, and when you hit OK, the second you hit escape, it's gonna say state 0 saved or state 1 saved, wherever you saved it. So if you're playing your game and you're getting really far, and you're like, all right, I'm about to kill this boss right now, and say you die right there, you hit escape. You're gonna hit open state, and the last state that you saved, that's the one that's going to open. So you're going to hit yes. The second you hit escape, the game will be right where you saved it. Be right there. So you could be playing your game, and if you die, you could always load it back up to where you saved it. Now, if you're playing and you get past that hard part, like for example, like that hard part right there I passed, you can stop again, hit escape, you could save state, and when you hit yes, it will override it. So now you will start right there, and you can keep playing and play your game. And let's just say that you jumped and you go, oh, I wanted to get 10,000 points on it. You hit escape, you're gonna hit open state, hit yes, and you will start where last saved it. So you'll be right back there, and you can try it again and keep trying. And it's great for games that see like that. I got 100. I go, man. I go open state, hit yes, hit escape, and I'll go right back where I started. So you keep trying until you get whatever you want to get, like that, 5,000. And same thing, when you play a different game, when you hit this arrow here, the games will be saving. That's what this arrow's for. As you play your games, they will save here, and each game will have their own states. So you could pick any state you want if you're playing with multiple people on your computer. That way you could save your games. And that's pretty much it for this emulator. I hope that I explained it well enough. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will try to explain it the best I can in the comments. Please follow and like my video, and subscribe, and I will have future videos on other emulators and other situations. And thank you for watching.